Hey, Trekkie2409 here, finally doing a video my Mark II Viper. It's a bit late doing it, I'm kinda halfway through lighting it really. But we'll start with the instructions, because it's the Revell version and yeah. Just some writing about the ship. Just some general model building information and can't remember what you call it now. Thingy that shows you what all the symbols it uses means. Like that means to cut a bit off. List of parts and the decals. Quite a few parts, really. And there's the decals with some absolutely tiny ones for the cockpit. The front screen and the dials and those, etc. It also has nameplate, so you can build it as Apollo's or Starbucks. I'll be doing it as Starbucks because I feel like you see her in the Mark II more often than Apollo in the Mark 7. So if I get a Mark 7 ever, I'll do that as Apollo's. Not enough room! Nightmare. And a flurry of instructions. It's definitely different from the Cylon radar, that was just one page. That was it. This, not so much. It's annoying that they don't staple it together though. I always worry about a page falling out or moving and everything, that's annoying. But yeah, it's the instructions. You can also build it with the landing feet and without. I'll be doing it without. I tried to figure out a way of doing it so that I could change it back and forth, but it just didn't really seem very easy to do or that, so I decided against it. Now on to the model itself and the progress I've made. I have it all painted. I've even had it masked and painted those bits. It's actually the same silver I've used for the main colour of Galactica, the darker ribbed colour of Galactica. I decided to use on this as well. After looking at photos and that, it is a silver and it matches pretty well, and the guns and that, they're all the same colour, they're all silver. Although I didn't mask it far enough along, I don't know if you can see it, but there's some slight splattering. I had that on the nose of them too, but I just repainted it. I left the ones at the back because it's just looks like weathering really. Save me a bit of effort later. Unfortunately, this has some pretty serious paint flaws. Don't worry about them, you can't see them because you slide it, and I'll show you in a minute. That's actually from putting it in place, but it's that I really don't like. It's because of the shape of it. All of it needs painted, so it needs moved around, and I painted it like that and it stuck, and the paint stuck and stretched and everything. It's, yeah, the spray paint's not that great either, it's kinda, yeah, just, yeah. I have the cockpit done more or less. Well, the decals though, I'm still waiting on microset and microsol arriving, and once I get the decals on this I can actually close up the main fuselage once I get some putty anyway to fill in gaps. But yeah, I can't remember what colour I used for this. I'll check and I'll put it in the description, the specific Tamiya colour. And that's just gunmetal, the only black I have for the seat. It's not perfect, but yeah. I neglected light blocking the cockpit at first because I didn't think it would need it. That was a mistake. I had to do it after I'd painted it all. Wasn't very good or easy, masking it and stuff. I light blocked that too, and as you can see I scratched the paint off, as I'm hoping you can see without it being in focus. But yeah, I scratched the paint off one bit because after looking at photos the only bits really lit are the main screen and that little screen down there. Some tiny little buttons along the side of the screen and stuff, but and some backlit dials and all that, but I wasn't really able to do it. I would have to use fibre optics and then I couldn't use the decals, and it would just be light rather than the detail of the decals. But yeah, that's all really, and I don't really like doing fibre optics much, can't be bothered. Some more paint flaws. Unfortunately, it's a nightmare on the wings. Same reason it got stuck to the thing I was painting it in. The only good thing about, not the only good thing, sorry. The good thing about this and the Galactica though is that they're supposed to be 50 years old, so they'll be getting heavily weathered really, and flaws, paint flaws and all that, it barely matters. I have the white LED in place that I'll be using for the cockpit. I'll actually end up sitting just, well, basically right there where my thumb is. So it'll light that bit perfectly, and it should light that up as well properly. One problem though I've noticed is the decals for the main screen are incorrect. Actually, not just the main screen, definitely for the two bits I want to light in the cockpit, but probably more so. I don't mind the rest that's wrong because they're so tiny, but these ones I do. There's the screen. I'll show a photo of the cockpit in a second, of what it's supposed to actually look like. But yeah, that's the main screen. That goes up that top bit, but that's actually just supposed to be a few dials. Let's see, where is it? Down here, the other one that will be lit is slightly wrong as well. I don't mind that one so much because it's small and won't really matter much, but this main screen one is annoying because it's completely wrong. I don't know why they did it in green. It's red and stuff. It's just, yeah, it's wrong. I actually saw one looking at, while searching pictures or that had the correct decals on it though. So I don't know if you can buy a replacement set or not. I could do looking into it. Maybe just made them himself, I don't know. But yeah, because I really would like a replacement one for it. Now on to the part I've kind of made the most progress, most stuff to show you anyway. The rear. This fits onto the back once you've well, fits onto the back and the bottom. Once you put the fuselage together, it goes, well, I won't be able to put it in place properly, but it sits about that far back, a bit like that. So yeah, don't know if, yeah. So I need to kind of tidy up the wires a bit, since there's not much space. But I actually have, I'm only putting 10 LEDs in it, 1 white and 9 blues, 3 for each engine. And I have done 5, so I'm actually halfway through. There we go. With this part, which fits in, yeah, well, you saw it, I suppose. You see side, it's another of the silver parts. Yeah, you need a 3mm drill bit for it, because it sits right in the engine, so it blocks it, so you have to drill the hole so that you can actually just slot the LED in it. It's actually kind of handy. It means you have an LED holder, sorry, for it. So yeah, it's kind of handy. A bit annoying drilling holes, but still. Yeah, these engine parts are separate. I had them painted white to light block, and they were white on the outside too, I believe, and then I masked that one line off, even though those bits just around the engines should be white too. And then painted it silver as well. But for the white bits around the engines, I'm not worrying about that. I'll just use white brush paint, which, although it'll be different, that spot will be some of the most heavily weathered, really, so you won't notice the difference between the two shades of white. That'll be fine. Oh, I also have the front grills that go there. The front grille, that's painted silver and light blocked, because after having to light block the cockpit when I didn't think I would have to, and seeing how bright this white LED is in here, with it being painted white the inside, I suppose, I decided, just in case, I would light block it. And yeah, do it now while I can. But yeah, that's everything. Probably next update I'll be finished lighting it and have the main fuselage stuck together. I might even just have the whole thing stuck together actually, and yeah, and be putting decals on it and painting it. I look forward to that, actually, having a finished lit model for the first time. So kind of feel bad for the Enterprise E though. That should have been my first. But oh well, I'll probably end up doing it just before I finish this, so that it is, or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's everything. If you want to see updates on this and of the Galactica I've been doing, which I'm also making good progress on, subscribe and keep checking for videos. Till next time, bye.